twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you today? Take this off the screen. Good morning, how are you today? I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Not the size of the network, but the truth of the network. All right. Diane, first of all, let me say good morning. Thank you. Yesterday, I was doing a segment and I had a Fung and a Farouk in the same segment, and my apology to everyone out there from sea to shining sea. Diane, thank you, because I did get some messages, and the messages said, tell Diane thank you for chiming in. So there you go. I got a phone call yesterday, and before I got off the phone, Diane, the viewer said, tell Diane I said hello. Okay. There you go. Now, Signal. So we have a lot going on. Now, we know that we're well aware that there's a war. We know that. A war within our country, the bureaucratic deep state. We've had too many comments concerning CIA, FBI. These people do not go quietly into the dark night. They don't. And they're not about to. They're not about to give up the world power, not just America, Europe, the EU, Brussels. They're not about to give up. Brussels has enjoyed for quite some time, the EU, NATO, quite some time have they enjoyed taking our money, but making the decisions off the backs of the taxpayers in America. That has been exposed in multiple ways. So there's a lot of friction around the world. The Signal chat heard around the world, because what happened on Signal, and I'll show you this later, it's being reported in the UK Telegraph, Russian news, around the entire world. The headlines, and some of them, can we trust America? Who are they trying to take down? Are they trying to take down Hegseth? Because Waltz seems to be waltzing right through this. The attacks seem to be coming on Hegseth. Yes, exactly. Give me, I thought I had it here. Diane, I know there's 128 pictures or something like that. I get it. What number is that? It's an AJC tweet that I had up there a minute ago. Give me number 79, Diane. So now this is Patricia Murphy at the AJC, and I know she writes an opinion column for the AJC, but I've watched the networks and they keep coming back to Morning Joe and all of them. Does Hegseth need to go? Now, the military industrial complex, when you go in there and turn over the tables, right? What was it the guy said that when you come in, Secretary of Defense, into the Pentagon, we see you as a Christmas ornament on the tree that can be removed at any time. All right, temporary. You're here temporary. The Pentagon, when a new Secretary of Defense walks through the door of the Pentagon, they are seen as temporary staff. That's no joke. The Pentagon, for years, has no fear of who that next Secretary of Defense is. Every once in a while, the Secretary of Defense, they come in and they start training people in high heels or something like that. But for the most part, the money side, the military industrial complex, keep the contracts flowing, keep the dark money, right? Remember Rumsfeld, right? How much it was like, and I know people will say, well, here's where you're going to start. Donald Rumsfeld came out, Secretary of Defense, and found how many trillions missing? How many trillions was it missing that Rumsfeld came out of the Pentagon and said, we found, right? This is an audit. Please pay attention, America. We found trillions of dollars gone. Thin air. Can't find it. And the next day, the World Trade Center, the towers start coming down, right? Boom, boom. Was it the very next day? Next day, right? Next day, towers coming down. Now, we know the Pentagon has failed and has not achieved an audit in how many years, right? How many years? And I will tell you, we'll talk about it at 10 o'clock. God forbid you ask for an audit, because all alarm bells go off. So the Pentagon has not been able to put out an audit, pass an audit, give you the numbers for how long now? So Hegseth goes in. He's never been respected for no more than a Fox News Saturday host. I'm just saying that, all right? His military background he's never gotten any respect for that. I guess he stopped drinking because that's not the direction they're going. I guess he's showing up. I don't know if Sean Parnell, the Pentagon spokesperson there, his right-hand guy, you see Sean there every day. I don't know who has the task, and I say this jokingly, okay, America? I don't know who has the task of keeping him sober, right? That was the big thing. Remember? Fall down drunk. But moving right along, I spoke with veterans about Signal Group chat. Appalled, shocked, and disbelief are just a few of the reactions that came up. I'm on text with veterans saying, "Are you effing kidding me? My column, Pete Hegseth has to go." Now, I will tell you this. Walt, right? National Security Advisor. Ratcliffe, CIA. Right? CIA. So we have a lot today. We have a lot. Now, I'm going to tell you this because what I want to do is I get it. I get it. This is timing. Everything is timing. Everything's in full swing. I'll tell you how bad it is out there. Oh my gosh. Diane, what a show we have today. I'm not going to tell you to clear your schedule, but whew. All right, so it's so bad. I wish I'll answer myself. How bad is it? Give me 105, Diane. I think this is the one I'm looking for. You're easy. Yes. It's so bad, even Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger said thank you to Donald Trump. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Whoa. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Yes, it's so bad that Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger said, "Thank you, Donald Trump, for this executive order to ensure only American citizens decide American elections. This is a great first step for election integrity reforms." Diane, should we go on? Should we have things spun out of control? Now, give me, and I want to get out of this because what I want to do is I want to show you, I want to start the show with give me number 21, what the signal, it's all set up. There's no coincidence. Do not get up and think it's a coincidence that this crisis on Signal with the Atlantic article from Jeffrey Goldberg is not set up to throw you off of the reality of what's going on. It's not a coincidence. Now, this is Ratcliffe. He is the director of the CIA. He said, when I got there to the CIA, and they're showing me around, showing me where the coffee pot is, hey, if you want coffee, it's right down there on the hot. We got them little pods. It's a real nice thing. It's a nice little perk. They're called K-Cups. Wow. All right. So, and down this hall is where we keep the pinball machines, whatever. So he said, when I get to the CIA and I sit down at my desk, someone loaded this Signal thing. They just loaded it for me. So I'm trying to say, wait a minute. Now, I'm not going to bite. Nope, not going to bite. But, Diane, give me number. Nope, those are not the ones I wanted. 10 o'clock, the Georgia Hour, as we continue our daily exposure of corruption in the Georgia GOP. What's the latest? 10 o'clock, the Georgia Hour. All right, so here you go. I think this is it. Let me look at it, Diane. Or wait a minute. I want number 99. I just don't want it right this second. Just pull it on hold. So a couple years ago, right? Someone said this, maybe 2 years ago. Someone said, "I want to add you into our Signal chat." Okay, and what's that? I'll be honest. I was like, "What is that?" Well, Signal. All right. So I loaded the app. Oh, it's good. It's good. Everybody's using it. It's safe. It's encrypted. That's why we use it. It's encrypted. We can talk. People are not checking. We got to go off text messages. I will text someone and they'll say, take this offline and go to Signal. Okay. Boom. All right. So I loaded Signal on my computer. I loaded Signal on my phone. All right. I have it. All right. And I started getting invited to these Signal groups. And then I got kicked out. Got kicked out of Signal groups. I watch people get added. I watch people get kicked out for 2 years. So I'm going to look you right in the eye and tell you I understand how Signal works. It'll say the administrator removed BKP today. Kicked my ass right out. Boom. You're no longer in this group. Damn. So I understand how Signal works, and we will get into that later because they're all over the map with what they're telling us. So a couple years ago, so out of the clear blue sky, someone said to me one day, I'm using the Signal app for about 6 months, and someone said to me one day, and I have Googled this and I can't find what I want. Someone said, why would you use an app the CIA created? I said, what? So yes, why would Signal was created by the CIA? Why would you use an app created by the CIA? Okay, I don't know that. So give me number 99. Let me summarize. Now, I don't know. I'm not telling you this is 100% correct because I always want to be clear in the information the show brings to you. Okay? Let me summarize for those new to this performance. Performance. I liked it. That's where they got me, is performance. I've always said this is a performance. The CIA Special Ops Group organized the Signal app operation. That's how Goldberg got in. So I was told this over a year ago. And when I saw this, I said, whoa, interesting. Because Ratcliffe's over there saying, oh, when I got there, somebody loaded it on my computer and said, you have Signal. What? Jeffrey Goldberg held the story until the day before the scheduled SSCI hearings. That's right. The SSCI uses the hearings to attack the Trump officials at the top of the critical silos. Why? The CIA Black Ops Group doesn't like the Trump Ukraine and Trump Russian policy. Watch, you will see. I'm just saying. I mean, just saying. So, now, yesterday, look, Trump is exposing 85. Look at 85, okay? You remember this guy? FBI, Eagle Scout, special counsel, right? Remember? Now, give me number 82. Under fire, over scrutiny, breach, Trump denies, deflects, and attacks. Right? Signal. New York Times. Now, '86. We'll get further into this. Trump's old grudge fuels swipe at a new law firm. Mueller, Weissman. So, yesterday, let's go through this. We will get into the Signal chat a little later today. I'm concerned of what's behind. Give me number, because that's the only thing on the networks. Only thing on the networks. See, number 16, Europe considers security options after Trump administration insults. This is done on purpose. Everything was set up on purpose. Okay, today at 8 a.m., right now, there is a Georgia State Senate committee hearing, correct, on Fani Willis? You can't make this up. All of us in America watched Fani Willis and Wade, and we all watched Wade, couldn't remember. Were you in a cabin in Tennessee with Fani, drinking Grey Goose? I don't know. I don't remember. Were we in Tennessee? I don't recall. Right? And then, remember, Fani had all that cash. Fani, where you getting the money? Oh, I keep cash. I keep it at the house. A lot of cash. Her dad even come on there and said, I try to warn my daughter not to keep all that cash. Oh, yeah, I get cash. How do you pay for these trips you and Wade are taking? Oh, cash. Just straight up cash. Now, Fani Willis, the DA of Fulton County, right, who was just found by a judge to have to pay, what is it, $35,000, $55,000? What's the number? The Fulton County DEA's office, which means the taxpayers of Fulton County are on the hook for what, 50-some, 30-some, whatever, this enormous number from the judge for Fani Willis violating open records request. And not doing open records request in a timely manner or giving up the information requested. She doesn't care. She does not care. Fani Willis, the court said, Fani Willis, the corrupt district attorney of Fulton County, has to appear, has to accept the subpoena from the Georgia State Senate committee investigating her. Has to. Fani don't care. Where's Fani? Where's Wade? Give me video 20. That's Fani Willis and Wade rolling through that LAX. Just rolling through there, spending that cash. Fani Willis and Wade. I'm just telling you, Fani Willis and Wade rolling through LAX. Untouchable. Just rolling, spending that cash. Georgia State Senate putting on a show, investigating her. Judge says they have to pay the money. Funny, they drinking Grey Goose. They rolling first class. Maybe. I don't know. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. When we come back, here's what I want to do. Now, 10 o'clock at the Georgia Hour, I'm going to be asking Chairman Josh McCoon some direct questions. Direct questions I'm going to be asking. They are questions that we would like an answer. And I'm going to discuss that. And then later in the program, we have to discuss this. It's not sending us in another direction. Diane, can you give me number 14? A special election in Pennsylvania last night in the Lancaster County area. No, number 114. My apologies, Diane. I'm sorry. You got to go in another box for that. I know you have different boxes you put these in. Last night, there was a special election in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And the media is gushing that this is a very red area and that this should have been a slam dunk for the Pennsylvania state senator to recapture this district. A Democrat wins special state Senate election in Pennsylvania in major upset. Okay? Democrats declare victory in district. Donald Trump won by 15 points. They're making an issue out of this. I'm going to explain what happened here, what they're doing, and what the relevance is to Georgia. So take a break. We'll be right back with all the optimistic things that President Donald Trump put into place yesterday that has their heads exploding. Take a break.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Sir, is there anything that would put you in the vicinity of the crime? That may be my question at 10 o'clock on the Georgia Hour. Sir, is there anything that would put you in the vicinity of when the crime took place? All right, so I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Now, good morning, Diane. Not the size of the network, but the truth of the network. I'm going to answer your questions. You have a couple questions. They pertain to Georgia, and we'll do that at 10 o'clock. So some of you have questions out there. Now, go back to 114. All right. Now, yesterday there was a special election. So we know about all the whooped up into a frenzy. Yesterday there was a special election in the state of Pennsylvania in the Lancaster area. And as you can see, the Newsweek headline, Democrats declare victory in a district Donald Trump won by 15 points. Now, they want you to believe this is an indicator for 2026. That's what they want you to believe. We're going to dig into what happened here and what truly is the meaning and what we could take away from this in Georgia. Very important. Take that down. Up and coming. So, special elections are different. Don't read tea leaves when they're not tea leaves. There you go. I guess that's it with me. So now yesterday, you won't hear this reported in the news. So I want to do what's behind the scenes that you do not hear reported, because this is their take. I'm going to go through a couple of these, Diane. It's in the 1 through 25 range. So I just wanted to do these briefly just to show you. Now, the guy that does the Chiron, is that what it is? Chiron or whatever, the bylines, they are loving this. They come in, they're real creative. You will see. Number 1, Anderson Cooper, all right? Downplay, disparage, and deny. Number 2, you can see the Chiron there. They're just loving this. Anderson Cooper, the Trump administration accidentally texts me its war plans. Number 3, Trump, downplay, disparage, and deny. Number 4, Europe considers security options after Trump administration insults. 5, no, 6, go to 6. Top intel officers shift responsibility to defense secretary. That's Pete Hegseth. Told you that. Number 7, waltzing right through. U.S. National Security Advisor acknowledges adding the reporter on the signal. Now, I want to ask you a question briefly. What say you on Nance? Now, Trump says, good guy. This is a really good guy. He's a good guy over here. He's one of us. He's a good fella, right? But when he was appointed and named National Security Advisor, I had several messages saying, I got to pause on this one. What say you? Now, moving right along, number 8, Ratcliffe, CIA director, placing blame and steadfast denials. Number 9, Ossoff. I told you yesterday, I will get to this. Placing blame. John Ossoff running for re-election in Georgia. Timing is everything. He kicked off a rally. His campaign on Saturday was ready for Monday, was prepped, and he was bold yesterday. We'll get into that momentarily. Number 10. I feel like this is Dave Letterman, my top 10, but I'm going to go further than 10. Placing blame and steadfast denial. A good start, Ratcliffe said. Waltz. Oh, American flag. Torch them, baby. 11. Trump downplays National Security Advisor sharing military plans with journalists on group chat. So that is, as you can see, it doesn't matter where you're at, ABC, NBC, CBS. It's the Trump attack this. Trump is attacking over here, to the left, to the right, you name it. Oh, by the way, number 59, Trump was right about everything. Trump was right about everything. And he has a seat at the table. All right? Yes, he does. A seat at the table. So they don't want you, again. So I'm going to go through one at a time. I'm just going to go top to bottom. All right, Diane? Because I'm not even going to have them in order. I like, this has them nervous. This one has them really nervous. Video 15. Remember Crossfire Hurricane? Give me 15.
Next, sir, we have a presidential memorandum for your attention. This memorandum requires the immediate declassification of all FBI files relating to the Crossfire Hurricane investigation. This was obviously one of the instances of the weaponization of law enforcement powers of prosecution against you and others. We believe that it's long past time for the American people to have a full and complete understanding of what exactly is in those files.
Which gives the media the right to go in and check it. You probably won't bother because you're not going to like what you see. But this was total weaponization. It's a disgrace. Should never happen in this country. But now you'll be able to see for yourselves, all declassified. Is that correct? Would you say? All declassified?
Yes, sir.
Everything?
The FBI filed with there's a classified annex, but other than that, this we'll put everything in the public eye.
Is anybody going to look? What about you? You going to look? And frankly, the FBI should be ashamed of themselves, and so should the Department of Justice, and so should Biden.
There's a war, and they're nervous. And Trump has no fear of them. For some reason, Trump has no fear of them. It's interesting, okay? Now, I'm going to get to that in a minute. Now, here's another one. Let's go with this one. Video 16.
First, we have a pardon for Devin Archer. Devin Archer was a former business partner of the Biden family. He's was prosecuted relating to a fraud investigation, but notably, the tone and tenor of that prosecution changed dramatically after he began to cooperate with congressional investigators and serve as a witness against Hunter Biden and the Biden family. We believe that was an injustice, and therefore we're asking you to pardon him.
And many people have asked me to do this. I think he was treated very unfairly. And I looked at the records, studied the records, and he was a victim of a crime, as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to undo that. All right. That's Devin Archer. Congratulations, Devin.
Susie Wild's chief of staff is stone cold. She is stone cold. Let me just say this. Okay, Devin Archer, FBI files, Crossfire Hurricane. Yes. Do you wonder why? Now, give me number 88. Trump signs order targeting law firm that employed Mueller team prosecutor. Trump seeks revenge, all right? Trump seeks revenge, as they call it. Now, you see that? Now, Crossfire Hurricane, law firms, give me number 86. And I just want to do this. This is the New York Times, the failing New York Times, as he likes to call them. Trump's old grudge fuels swipe at new law firm. An executive order underscored the extent to which President Trump aims to enact a price from anyone associated with past investigations of him. That's not true. All right? That's not true. And I'll tell you why. Give me number 83. This is Mr. Weissman, who spent many years as a television pundit criticizing Mr. Trump conduct, all right, left Jenner and Block in 2021. Now, number 84, President Trump initiates a fresh attack on lawyers on Tuesday, singling out a firm where a former prosecutor who investigated him once worked as the White House pursues vigilance against the profession he blames for his legal troubles. An executive order from Mr. Trump focused on Jenner and Block, a prominent white shoe firm that once employed Andrew Weissman, a longtime deputy to Robert S. Mueller III, who, as a special counsel, investigated Mr. Trump in the first term over possible links to Russia. The order underscores the extent to which the president, who faced 4 criminal indictments after he left office, now aims to exact a steep price for anyone associated with past investigations. Now, Let's break that down. All right. Crossfire hurricane. Russia. Paul Weissman, number 85, Robert Mueller, special counsel. So the day, and you and I know this, and I do not want to go through this. We've got election integrity, security that we're going to talk about. But the day this man got the file, right? He could have easily, in 3 days, 72 hours, went back and said, I have nothing here. Now, you and I know that, right? You and I know that the file that initiated the investigation, as they call it, was so empty. And from day one, they were well aware they had nothing. Well, $11 million in the investigation. I forget what we spent on this as taxpayers. But in 72 hours, this man could have come, said to Weissman, don't need you, whatever. In 72 hours, he could have come back and said, I have nothing here. There's no need to go forward. But he didn't. He moved forward knowing he was colluding with a phony investigation. And so did all these law firms. Now, I want to say this in the Crossfire Hurricane, Devin Archer, there's some things really making these law firms nervous. Now, these are big, enormous law firms. One made a deal with Trump last week, right? $40 million of pro bono work. But stop. When you hear that it's Trump retribution, Trump going after law firms, folks, Carter Page, folks, General Flynn, folks, they did everything. George Papadopoulos, they did everything they could to destroy people's lives financially. I mean, there's people in the Trump administration that had to go to their parents, ask the parents to deplete their savings. Now, my God, they want to make sure you get a Social Security check next week. But if someone depleted their savings, got a second mortgage on their house, depleted their child's college fund, whatever it may be, to defend themselves somehow, some way against these phony investigations, the lawfare that took place in this country, according to them, that's okay. Trump's trying to do everything he can that these people can no longer destroy people, not Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump always said, they're not coming after me, they're coming after you. Why would he sign this? He's 78 years old, going on 79. What are they going to do? And you think if they go after him again and again, he doesn't have enough money, can't create enough revenue to defend himself and hire a team of lawyers and go play golf, right? It's the American people, the administrations. We can never have this again. And that's what he's doing. He's always said, folks, when they come after me, they're coming after you. This is true. It's not about Trump, period. So these law firms, Mueller, what you're hearing, declassifying this. All right, so take that down. We have to move on. Now, elections yesterday, they're losing their mind over this one. They don't want you, 94. Trump signs order to overhaul federal election process, right? Number 93. Trump makes radical change to U.S. elections with sweeping new executive order that could cost 21.3 million people the right to vote. And let's see. Give me number 82. Actually, that's not the one I want. I apologize, Diane. I want 86, the New York Times. Trump signs order calling for citizenship proof to vote in federal elections. So they're up in arms about this. Not enough to put it on the front page with Signal. Here is number 103. Elon Musk put this out. Almost all countries have voter ID, right? Countries with voter ID. Look at the countries around the world that require voter ID. So yesterday, Donald Trump, let's go with the election executive order he signed yesterday. Now, in Georgia, we'll talk about that during the Georgia Hour. Yesterday, SB 214 they were discussing SB 214, paper ballots in Georgia. We'll get to that at 10 o'clock. But this was perfect timing. We've heard the President of the United States, Donald Trump, since inauguration, since January 20th, talk multiple times about rigged elections, multiple times about the corrections that are needed to be made, multiple times with the governors in the room. Remember the paper ballot and the one day and what he said, especially Republican governors, Brian Kemp of Georgia in the room. And all of a sudden, why is Kemp, Raffensperger, and Chris Carr acting MAGA? Wow. Okay. So yesterday, Trump signed an executive order. This is a couple minutes, but it's worth the time. Video 21.
Lastly, sir, we have an executive order for your attention on the very important subject of election integrity. We believe that this executive order is the farthest reaching executive action taken in the history of the Republic to secure our elections. Among numerous other aspects of this executive order, this is going to cut down on illegal immigrants on the voter rolls, ensure that the Department of Homeland Security and the data that they have available is being fully weaponized to ensure that illegal immigrants aren't voting. This will include a citizenship question on the federal voting form for the first time. This executive order instructs the EAC to cut federal funding to states that don't take reasonable steps to secure their election. This calls on the Department of Justice to vigorously prosecute election crimes, particularly in states that we don't believe are in compliance with federal law around election integrity. I could go on and on for a while, sir, but the compliance with National Election Day rules, cracking down and investigating and prosecuting foreign interference in our elections, revoking President Biden's Executive Order 14019, which essentially weaponized government to corrupt and pollute our election process. There's a lot in here, but we believe that these are very important steps that we need to be taking as an administration at your direction to ensure that our elections are as secure as they possibly can be.
Okay, you all understand that? Yes. Mm-hmm. Election fraud, you've heard the term. We'll end it, hopefully. At least this will go a long way toward ending it. There are other steps that we will be taking in the coming weeks, and we think we'll be able to end up getting fair elections. Perhaps some people think I shouldn't be complaining because we won in a landslide, but we got to straighten out our election. This country is so sick because of the election, the fake elections and the bad elections, and we're going to straighten it out one way or the other. And it's an honor to sign this one. To sign all of them, but to sign this one is a great honor.
Damn, Susie Wiles is ice cold. That's ice cold. She's ice cold. I don't know that I remember recently seeing her sit next to Trump. Give me the number 94, Diane. All right, so let me give you a couple things there that you got to pay attention to. You got to pay attention to. Oh, by the way, on the whole signal flap, we'll call it the signal flap. I'm not coming at anything from the right or the left. I never come from the right or the left. I always come from the truth. Okay? Period. Because I get criticized on the left, I get criticized on the right, I get criticized by moderates, liberals, progressives, because I never come with a motive to this program in a direction. Whatever, I mean, there's things that are upsetting. The other day I said, look, I support Donald J. Trump 100%. But picking Brandon Beach, whoa, that one was bad. Now, so cutting federal funds. There's other steps coming in the coming weeks. There's other steps getting ready to happen. Just because, here is one of my favorite parts in this. Just because we won the election, remember this. If Trump says it, you need to pay attention. Just because we won an election, all right? Don't assume elections, it's okay. We repair things. Everything is fixed. Do not. I said that, and we have the tape. I said when the election, after November, I came right out and said, we have a problem. We have a problem, and I'll tell you why. And I'm going to show it to you, right? Number 105. I knew this was coming. We have the tape. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger thanked Donald Trump yesterday. A change of tone, right? I said, you know what? We're going to be led to believe that everything's okay. Trump said, we're tired of fake bad elections. Tired of it. And just because he won, do not fall for this illusion that election security, everything's okay. And it's not. And that's why today we hope state senators in Georgia will pass SB 214 out, and we'll get the work done to continue securing our elections in Georgia. All right, so let me give you another one. This one is different. Let's see if I have anything else. Trump on sanctuary cities, video 11. Let's go with video 11. There's two more I want to do that are good news, optimistic. Then we'll move into the negative stuff at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. So sanctuary cities, video 11.
Rights away from the citizens of this state and their city. And we're going to be ending sanctuary cities if we find it necessary to do in certain major areas. And we may just end the entire thing altogether because it's just a way of protecting criminals. And nobody else is benefited by that. And for some reason, Democrats want to keep and they want to shield criminals from being sent back to their countries or being sent to prison. And in the meantime, the crime rate has gone through the roof. Under Biden, it was through the roof. It's starting to come down, but we're taking a lot of people out of here. So we may be presenting you very shortly with a executive order ending sanctuary cities.
Executive order coming, ending sanctuary cities. They removed how many from Boston illegals the other day? There was a major arrest in Atlanta again, another major arrest in Atlanta. All of a sudden now, Kemp has the big truck out and we're arresting them left and right. Must be election time, must be. Now, we never want to forget this individual or this person. We want to respect, never forget, and we thank God that Donald Trump has never forgotten video 19.
I don't know if you know this, but the Department of Justice right now is still kind of fighting that case. The family of Ashley Babbitt is suing the government, wrongful death. The DOJ right now officially is still opposing that lawsuit, trying to justify it. Shouldn't that be something that can just be settled at this point?
Well, I'll look into that. I mean, you're just telling me that for the first time. I haven't heard that. I'm a big fan of Ashley Babbitt, okay? And Ashley Babbitt was a really good person who was a big MAGA fan, Trump fan, and she was innocently standing there. They even say trying to sort of hold back the crowd. And a man did something to her that was unthinkable when he shot her. And I think it's a disgrace. I'm going to look into that. I did not know that, no.
And the officer who shot her, Michael Byrd, is still on duty. They gave him a raise, and they gave him a medal, and I believe a promotion.
I think it's a disgrace.
He's a federal employee. Would you or could you do something about that?
I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to look at that, too. His reputation was, I won't even say, let's find out about his reputation, okay? We're going to find out. But I watched that, and I saw that. And by the way, she was killed, but nobody else was killed. And, you know, the people that went down there, they had no guns. They didn't have guns. There was something to do with the FBI. There was something to do with Antifa and others, and it wasn't mentioned. And there's never been a group of people, I think, with the exception of maybe over the years, a couple of groups were treated pretty harshly, but essentially never treated so badly. And as you know, I let them out with pardons. I know you were very happy. I watch your show all the time. You were extremely happy about it.
Thank you, Greg Kelly, for highlighting Ashley Babbitt being murdered inside the Capitol, a patriot. Diane, I just sent you a picture. Could you size that and throw it on the screen when you get a chance? I mean, this guy is absolutely unreal what he is doing right now. No shame, I don't know that this guy has ever, maybe he has somewhere, maybe he has said Laken Riley. I don't know if he feels any responsibility for not getting the big truck out of the garage earlier in his administration. March 25th at 8:40 a.m., 20 minutes ago. It's crazy to me that there are people upset about deporting violent criminals here illegally. Brian Kemp. Damn. Brad Raffensperger saying, thank you, Donald Trump. Brian Kemp acting MAGA. Chris Carr. Wow, I don't know. It's mind-jarring. All right, folks. By the way, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Social Security. We're going to try to ease the fears for grandmothers out there. Social Security when we return. But let me say this. Arkansas, in the last break, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders in Arkansas signed a bill into law making ivermectin available without a prescription in Arkansas. So ivermectin for human consumption use is now in Arkansas legal without a prescription. That's great. Thank you, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. All right, folks, when we return, I want to talk about, again, see, They want you to believe that Russia and U.S. are negotiating on behalf of Ukraine. That's what I want 104. They want you to believe that Russia and the U.S. are negotiating on behalf of Ukraine, and that's just not true. Oh, yes, Ukraine, that's the issue in the center. Russia, U.S. discuss Nord Stream pipeline. Take a break.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, We can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
We're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. We have so much going on. Yes, I'm in Studio B this week. It's Wednesday. We'll be back in Studio A. You never know. I could be in Studio C. Where is Studio C? It could happen. Anyhow, good morning. Glad to have you. At 10 o'clock every morning, we switch over and we have a program called the Georgia Hour, and that's at 10 a.m. We discuss Georgia politics. Right now, we have 5 days left in the 2025 Georgia legislative session. And wow. I told you yesterday, Diane, we got to have a meeting next week. I might have to start doing the Georgia 2 hour, the Georgia 3 hour. I don't know. I might have to figure something out here. We might have to do special report. You know how the networks used to do special report, coming your way, special report. So at 10 o'clock, I am going to ask Chairman Josh McCoon some direct of the Georgia GOP Inc., INC, some direct questions. I'm going to ask some questions because I really want to know. Diane, I sent you another picture. Diane's going to say, stop. I sent you another picture. Can you size that one and put it up? Could you do that? Man, I am so glad that I'm not like in the area where I could get.
The email is blank.
You know, you could text me that. You could text that to me. You don't have to tell God and country everything. She does that. When you do that, that implies there's an error on my part. She enjoys it, folks. She enjoys it. She's snickering. She doesn't smile. She doesn't laugh. I think she snickers. Do you snicker? Okay, tell me if this one is empty on your side. If I have it correct this time. If I do. Thank you, Diane. All right, so folks, Social Security. Now, yes, it's a Ponzi scheme, and we talked about it multiple times. If you dropped your children off at school and you let the little lads and the little boys and girls, now that we have two genders, if you put the little lads and the little ladies out on the sidewalk and you smiled as they ran, and then they got halfway up and they turned back and they grinned and they're missing 2 teeth and it just made your day, they will not be receiving Social Security. Sorry, I messed up all those smiles you had going this morning, right? So if you go to the baseball game after school and the team is out there and Junior gets up and you're in the stands and you're cheering for Junior, and Junior finally hits that home run that Dad's been waiting on, and Junior, it's out of the park and he rounds the bases and he's coming around third and he hits home plate, and you're standing up and you're looking at the guy next to you and saying, "That's my son." He will not be receiving Social Security. Now that I'm sorry, I just had to do it. Diane, did you get it this time? Thank you, Diane. Now, Canada joins other countries in updating travel advisories for the U.S. So we thought we would help Canada, Europe out there in letting you know that if you come into the U.S. illegally, Tom Homan is waiting on your ass. I mean, it is so bad. How bad is it? It is so bad. Brian Kemp would even call ICE to have you removed. Yes, that's how bad it is, right? It is so bad that in Georgia, our Attorney General, Chris Carr, would even advocate for filing charges against you. Yes. Just saying. Canada joins countries in updating travel advisories for the U.S. Now, here's what they are losing their SHI asterisk over, and then we're going to go to Social Security. They can't take it. They're losing it, all right? And we have the signal debacle. All right, so this one right here. You will not, this may be the only place you hear this or see this. Diane, throw number 89 on the screen. Just like, boom, put it up there. So, yes, we are helping Canada and Europe in advising you that if you come into this country, the travel warning illegally, Tom Homan is waiting on your ass. And he could just, remember the judge? He could just put you on a plane, and next thing you know, you could be mistaken. You could be white, no tattoos, blonde hair, and he could just swoop you up on a corner and put you on a flight and mistake you for a Trans de Agua gang member, and you're in El Salvador without due process. Those are the dangers. I'm not going to say it. So Trump said, you know what? Trump said, he's smart. Trump plays chess, all right? He does not play checkers. Trump plays chess. All right? Now, every day, China has our number. Trump is afraid of Mexico. All the above. But Trump said, you know what he said? He said, if you are purchasing oil from Venezuela, I'm going to throw a 25% tariff on your ass. So here's what, do you actually think Trump goes in the room and says, I'm just going to say this? And then when he gets done, someone comes up and whispers and says, sir, did you realize how much oil China buys from Venezuela? No. Listen to this. Trump said, you purchase oil from Venezuela, 25% tariff on you. Now, Maduro, right? Shipping back, they emptied their prisons. Trump told you the truth. They emptied their prisons. They sent murderers, rapists, the whole 9 yards into this country. Venezuela has basically no violent crime or criminals. Well, they do now since the plane landed. Yes, since the plane landed, they do. But just 2 months ago, Venezuela was violent crime free, prisons empty, because they were in America. And the Venezuelan gang is the Trade de Agua, whatever. So China's purchases stall after Trump's tariff threat on buyers of Venezuelan oil. That's just yesterday. Wow. Well, now this is not from CNN, and this is not from CNN. I think it's from oil.com or something like that. But CNN, this is not from MSNBC. China, the biggest buyer of oil from Venezuela, saw trade with Venezuela stall on Tuesday after U.S. President Donald Trump threatened on Monday 25% tariffs on goods of any country buying Venezuelan oil. Traders and refiners in China were caught off guard by Monday's executive order and are waiting to see whether Beijing will have some direction on the matter, trading sources told Reuters. China is the biggest buyer of Venezuelan oil and is estimated to be importing via various often I'm sorry, I can't get a P and a Q in the same sentence right now, or word. Channels about 500,000 barrels per day of crude oil and fuel from Venezuela. A large share of the cargo is being rebranded as coming from Malaysia after transshipments in Asian waters. Some Chinese buyers are now refraining from touching Venezuelan oil. Trump's no dumbass. Venezuelan gangs? Oh, you got a judge won't let me take them? Got a judge won't let me take them to El Salvador. I'll just bankrupt Venezuela. Oh, yeah, I will show you Venezuela. Maduro, you guys played games with us for years. For years. You played games with this country, Venezuela. You hurt your own people. I know a lot of Venezuelans, because what is really sad is there are some great Venezuelans in this country. I want to be very clear on that. I know several. Because what is violent crime, Trade de Agua, gang, whatever they are, it's not fair that every Venezuelan gets, identified this way. Maduro has hurt his people so bad, starved the people, tortured the people. Trump said, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to send a message to the judge. I'm going to send a message to China. I'm going to send a message to Venezuela. I tell you what, Trump, that Trump don't mess around. He doesn't. Okay, now, Social Security, all right? They want you to believe, I always like to start it that way, that, give me number 25. Now, we've talked to you about Social Security Administration. Now, they freak out, absolutely freak out. And they get upset because we're going to cut cost, streamline, efficiency. You say you want to talk, it's like throwing holy water on them. I'm seriously. Say efficiency around a Democrat. Say efficiency around AOC, Bernie Sanders. Now, Bernie Sanders thinks that if the organization is not answering the phones now, and if the organization is in a mess now, more government spending, more of the same, should increase the problem as we know it or solve it as they think. but increased spending. Now, increased spending is always an avenue for them to steal. Don't forget, the spending side of your tax money is the lane, the avenue for the fraud, as they call it, stealing from the American people, corruption. So, long waits, waves of calls, website crashes, Social Security is breaking down. Now, I want to give you one more thing. We'll get to the signal. I promise we will get to the signal before 10 o'clock. So, Diane, give me this one right here. And I want to be as helpful as I can be to the secretary. I think I have it here, Diane. Give me number 112. All right, so this is Social Security. Now, this morning, our VA Secretary, Doug Collins, tweeted this out. I am disappointed in Senator Tim Kaine and Representative Bobby Scott are lying to veterans about Virginia's North Battlefield Outpatient Clinic in Chesapeake, Virginia. I spoke with the news recently to set the record straight. So you can read this article. It's right there. And this is what they're dealing with. They're going into, for example, districts, congressional districts for 2026. And I'll give you a good one. I forget the number. But you remember the lady, here's all I have. This is not very good reporting. But the congressional districts surrounded, was it Wilds? Was her name Wilds? The lady that, the Democrat, okay? Now, Charlie Dent was a Democrat in the Lehigh Valley, but he called himself a Republican. So they flipped in 2024 in the Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania. They flipped the district around Allentown, Carbon County, Lehigh County, and Northampton County. I think that's the congressional district. Northampton County, Lehigh County, and Carbon County, Pennsylvania, was a Democrat. And I forget her name. She was a Democrat member of Congress, 2 terms or something like that. Now, in the Trump election, and this is going to go together in just a minute because I'm going to show you something. In the Trump election, Republicans were able to flip that district back to Republican. Now, Democrats are already pinpointing everything is set up. The rallies, the protests, the Molotov cocktails at a Tesla, the rent-a-mobs at the town halls, everything is set up. The swearing that grandma's not getting a Social Security check. Now, they're already taking a district like this, and I know this for a fact, and they're starting to send out mailers. They're starting to run advertising. They're starting to push social media saying cuts to the VA are really hurting our veterans. Veterans are having appointments canceled due to cuts. Social Security checks may not go out. There may be long delays. Medicare, Medicaid. Our children need food. Our children need medicine. Our poor children are not going to be taken care of. This is happening. They're just throwing it against the wall. They don't care. They want to flip that seat back to a D, right? That's what they want to do. They're going to focus on all the seats that Trump flipped, barely, just like that one in Pennsylvania, for 2026. Because all they have to have is 2 or 3. If we don't pick up 2 or 3, we're working on a thin margin. So this is one of the best districts in the United States for an example. if they do this and they put a candidate up against this freshly new Republican in a district that just flipped, and they say grandma's not getting, if they say your postal worker got fired, right? Your Social Security check's delayed, your Medicare and Medicaid, God forbid you get cancer. I'm serious, I've heard it all. So they have these around the nation ready to look at 2 or 3, if not more, spots where they can be effective for the House, right? This is Northern Virginia, right? Look at this. Lies. Now, go back to the Social Security one. I forget what number that was, Diane. My apology for that. This is disgusting, folks. Now, and I say this as they say, thank you, Diane. Long waits, waves of calls. Now, Social Security, we know, we have research where we have, hey, Diane, I just sent you 2 new ones. Oh, Lord. I hope I make it through this day, folks. I hope I'm here tomorrow. Did I send you one just now? Did you look and get one? If you did, could you put that in a box? I thought I sent you one for dope.
I don't have it.
All right. Now, Social Security, we've talked about it. We have multiple agencies don't talk to each other. We have multiple duplication of services. So yesterday we have this new Social Security Administration, and let's go with video 9, the attack, video 9 on Frank.
Zignania was pressed by Democrats on whether he was involved in discussions about DOGE cuts, Elon Musk's attacks on the program, and if he'd protect benefits.
I think common sense would suggest that when it's bad now, you don't lay off half your staff. Would you agree with me?
I believe that we can drive efficiency for the rest of our life. I also understand that it takes 20 plus minutes to answer the phone.
On a good day.
Right. Well, that's the average published, right? It's not how I would report the numbers because I think...
All right, but all that I'm asking, when you have a system that is not working now, do you think it's a great idea to lay off half of the employees?
I don't know if... Do I think it's a great idea to lay off half of the employees when a system doesn't work? I think the answer is probably no.
Do you believe that Social Security is a Ponzi scheme?
I believe it's a promise to pay. It's an 89-year institution so far. It will continue.
Yes or no? Do you think it's a Ponzi scheme?
It's a promise to pay.
If you are confirmed in this job, will you commit to reversing these cuts so that seniors get the money that the law says they are entitled to?
What I will commit to is that I will run the agency and I will be in charge of the agency, and I will look at every item you want me to look at.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you just answered the previous questions by saying you would follow the law.
Yes.
The law is to deliver the benefits that people are legally entitled to. If you don't have the staff, if you don't answer the phones, if you don't fix the mistakes, people don't get what they're legally entitled to. So I want to know, are you willing to commit right now that you will put enough people back to work so they can do the job of delivering the benefits that Americans earned? Yes or no?
I will commit to have the right staffing to get the job done.
To get the job done, meaning delivering the benefits people are entitled to?
Yes.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Meanwhile, at Columbia University,
I'm going to hold you to that. Frank, we'll come back to this. So let's break this down. Diane, I just sent you one. I hope it came through. If it did, I tell you what. Bang, zoom, Alice. To the moon. Thank you, Diane. All right, so a couple things. What does a socialist say? This is not a joke. What does a socialist say when something's not working now? Add on to it. Did you hear Bernie Sanders at any time? It's not working now. It's not working. You got a system, it doesn't work. Did you ever hear Bernie ask him, okay, sir, the system we all know is not currently working properly. What correction do you see? What correction? No. Do you not think you need to have 9 more people in there? Sure. Thank you. What? Ponzi scheme. Will you reverse the cuts? Will you? So seniors can get their money? People can answer the phone. 20-minute wait times. Now, you can't stay on hold at Social Security for 20 minutes. I get it, right? So how many times today, and I'm not saying our seniors should have to go through this, but how many times today or through your life are you calling customer service, and what they want to do is they want to get you to use their internet portal for communication. So they tell you, thank you for calling so-and-so. All of our customer service agents are working with someone at this time. You will be the next call, and that's 29 minutes from now. If you don't want to wait, push 2, and we'll give you our email address, or you could go to and immediately chat online, right? That's where we all are going, but God forbid that happens in any government agency, right? So if you want someone to pick up the phone, okay. Guess what? You can send all the money in the world. They don't answer the damn phone. They're not going to. So people don't get their checks. You see, Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, is determined to let you know seniors won't get their checks. Now, this is just an update I want to put in there. Contract update. Yesterday, agencies terminated 113 wasteful contracts with a ceiling value of $4.7 billion, saving of $3.3 billion, including $145K USDA consulting contract for Peru climate change activist. So that's an update on canceled contracts. Now, Social Security, let me give you this, all right? SBA, they want to make it that seniors, we want to find the fraud, waste, and abuse. And they want to lead you to believe that we're looking for someone to get a fake Social Security check. That's not it. It's part of it, but that's not it, right? Then they want to tell you, well, illegals pay into Social Security. That's not it. And not to waste a lot of time, but as I've said, I remember as a young lad filling out the paper to send in to get my Social Security card. Now, I'm older now. And in my day, listen up here, Junior, pull up a seat. In my day, you had to fill out something and apply for your Social Security card. And I did that because I wanted to get a job at 8 years old. This is a true story. I'm not going into it. But I wanted to get my Social Security card. Now, I wanted a job that summer. 8 years old, I wanted a job. And my dad told me that if you get a job, you have to have a Social Security number. You can't have a job. So at 8 years old, my mom got me the paperwork for my Social Security number. And I filled it out. And I sent it in, and I got my Social Security number. And I got a job that summer, 8 years old. True story. I'll elaborate one day. But this being said, now the point I'm making is every birth in America comes with the Social Security number. Now, you and I, we've been trained what a Social Security number means. But that's not the truth anymore. It's an identity. It's an identity. It's no longer, I mean, you're going to go to the dentist this afternoon. You start going through what's your Social Security number. That's for billing purposes, possibly. You're going to go get a car, filling out what's your Social Security number. Regardless of what you do, your identity will come with that Social Security number, and it's now from birth. So the other day when Elon Musk says to Kelly Loeffler, SBA, we had someone 9 months old with an SBA loan. How? Well, they had a Social Security number. I'm telling you, 11 years old, Social Security number. How much fraud in this country is based on billing through a Social Security number? Because you'll have people, right? Identity theft. Don't let people have your Social Security number. We talk to our seniors all the time. If somebody calls and says, if you give me your Social Security number, I can repair a credit. No, no, no. That is the fact. They're freaking out over Social Security. It's not true. You're going to get your check. We're going to find the fraud. We're going to find the corruption. And by the way, if you're buying crude oil, China from Venezuela, you might want to rethink that. All right, take a break. Come back. We'll have a little bit of signal chat, and then it'll be time for the Georgia Hour.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. Give me, if you would, please, number 9. Signal. Now, we went through this earlier in the show. And we're going to take the next 15 minutes. And I want to break down a couple things here that happened yesterday. Now, as I told you when we opened the show, placing blame and steadfast denials. All right, so let's look at, I said on Signal, I just want to bring it up so we have it. That's not what I'm looking for. We'll get it here momentarily. I had the one on the, here it is. Give me number 99, Diane. So let's just say this. Let me summarize for those new to the performance. We call it a performance. The CIA yesterday, the CIA Special Ops Group organized the Signal app operation. That's how Goldberg got in. Now, you're going to hear, and you can read the rest of this, you're going to hear discussion all over the map. And I'm not taking on the Trump administration, but I do not trust the CIA and everything surrounding what's going on here with the Signal and Jeffrey Goldberg. Nance even goes as far, and I have a concern. And I'm going to tell you something. Give me this picture here. And as I told you, all right? As I told you, give me number 13. No, 22. I like 22. Now, look at this picture, all right? Now, from left to right, I don't remember everybody, right? Everybody, but we have the guy in the glasses, the FBI director, all right? Then we have in the center, it's not Lily Munster, it's Tulsi Gabbard. National Security Director. Okay? She's National Security Intelligence Director, all right? Then we have Ratcliffe, CIA Director. Now, the two with the military brass, they are also involved with intelligence. Intelligence, use the word, no pun intended, okay? And then we have Nance, right? Mike Nance, or Waltz, right? Mike Waltz, National Security Advisor. Waltz, Security Advisor. Look at the 5 here. No one quite understands how this whole signal thing works. Because if I do, are these the people handling the intelligence surveillance? Now, I still have the highest respect for the majority of these people, and I'm waiting for some things to develop. But I hear some things here that have me really puzzled. When I hear Nance say, well, did you ever get, a request to, where somebody takes their number and puts a different name? Like you guys have the agency that sniffs all that out.
You mean
Don't
Waltz?
say that happened. Huh?
You mean Waltz, not Nance?
I keep saying Nance. Why do I keep saying Nance? Thank you, Diane. Waltz, Mike Waltz. But you people are all in the agencies. Now, let's start here. We're going to break this down. I'm going to break down every spin where something doesn't add up. So give me video 1. This is Anderson Cooper. All right. Video 1.
The man that we're talking about, who's not somebody that I don't think most people have ever heard of, he found it very boring and he left early. He got off the line very early. So I can't speak to it other than that. So he's made up a lot of stories and I think he's basically bad for the country.
Classic. The reporter isn't famous enough, found this extraordinary breach of national security boring, and is bad for the country. Goldberg reports he removed himself from the Signal chat the day after the U.S. military strikes, not out of boredom, but, quote, the Signal chat group, I concluded, was almost certainly real. Having come to this realization, one that seemed nearly impossible only hours before, I removed myself from the Signal group, understanding that this would trigger an automatic notification to the group's creator, Michael Waltz, that I had left. No one in the chat had seemed to notice that I was there, and I received no subsequent questions about why I left or, more to the point, who I was. Finally, from the president's place.
Okay, so an ounce of truth, okay? Goldberg, boring. Now, okay, he's boring and he left. He found it boring and left. Early. He left early. He removed himself the day after the attacks, knowing it would send a signal he was gone. Something is not computing, folks. Something's not right here. Because Signal, you get invited or you request. The administrator, which Mike Waltz admits to being the administrator, makes all. And if you get kicked out, it will tell you. If you leave, it will tell you. So everyone that's on that chain the next day could see this phone number left. Now, according to what he's saying, it's Jeff Goldberg, right? So it's JG is the initials because you got a little circle up there. Just saying. All right. Anderson Cooper again, video 2.
Playbook, as always, there's the denial. Yesterday was the president saying he knew nothing about this. Today, he handed off the denial to Mike Waltz, the president's national security advisor.
Mike is here. Do you want to respond to that, please?
Yes, Mr. President. You asked about lessons. I think there's a lot of journalists in this city who have made big names for themselves, making up lies about this president, whether it's the Russia hoax or making up lies about Gold Star families. And this one in particular, I've never met, don't know, never communicated with, and we are looking into and reviewing how the heck he got into this room.
Gosh, how the heck did he get in that room? What's interesting about that is, according to Goldberg, if he wants to know who let him into the online room, he could look in the mirror. Goldberg says it was that guy, the national security advisor, who added him to the Signal chat in the first place. And none of the high-level officials in the chat seemed to notice someone with the initials JG was in that chat room. Not Waltz, not Vice President J.D. Vance.
Vice President J.D. Vance is in there, right? Lessons, big lessons. Journalists, big name lies. They lie. How did he get in the room? We're looking into that. Waltz let him in. I'll tell you what, I mean, they're making this a scandal, but it was created internally. Jeffrey Goldberg somehow got in the Signal chat. Somebody let him in. Somebody left, like that door you leave a rock so they can sneak in and no one's aware of it and it doesn't lock. Something happened here. Now, we're going to go on. Video 4, MSNBC.
There was no classified information, as I understand it. They used a app, if you want to call it an app, that a lot of people use, a lot of people in government use, a lot of people in the media use. The public understands that. He's a very good man. That man is a very good man right there that you criticize so strongly. He's a very good man, and he will continue to do a good job.
As President Trump yesterday showing support for his national security advisor while trying to minimize the military plans that were shared over Signal with a journalist. The question is, can Mike Waltz or other top administration officials survive this scandal?
Can they survive this scandal? Pete Hegseth is getting thrown under the bus. Mike Waltz, the administrator of the Signal Group, he's getting a good man. Ratcliffe, CIA, is saying, I didn't know it was on my computer. Hegseth's getting thrown under the bus. It's interesting. It's an app a lot of people in the government use. I told you, right? Video 6.
It's equipment and technology that's not perfect, and probably he won't be using it again. What it was, we believe, is somebody that was on the line with permission of somebody that was with Mike Waltz, worked for Mike Waltz at a lower level, had, I guess, Goldberg's number or called through the app, and somehow this guy ended up on the call. Now, it wasn't classified, as I understand it. There was no classified information. There was no problem, and the attack was a tremendous success.
So he's on Kelly last night, Greg Kelly last night. Someone on a lower level had Goldberg's number. Someone on a lower level in Waltz's department let Goldberg in, right? Now, Waltz on Laura Ingraham, and you can't make this stuff up. Video 7.
Looking at how this happened, but I could tell you for 100%, I don't know this guy. I know him by his horrible reputation, and he really is the bottom scum of journalists. And I know him in the sense that he hates the president, but I don't text him. He wasn't on my phone, and we're going to figure out how this happened.
So you don't know what staffer is responsible for this right now?
Well, look, a staffer wasn't responsible, and look, I take full responsibility. I built the group. My job is to make sure everything's coordinated.
But how did the number?
Execute,
I mean, I don't mean to be pedantic here, but how did the number?
Have you ever had somebody's contact that shows their name, and then you have somebody else's number there?
I never make those mistakes.
Right? You got somebody else's number on someone else's contact. So of course I didn't see this loser in the group. It looked like someone else. Now, whether he did it deliberately or it happened in some other technical mean is something we're trying to figure out.
So this whole group got a prank call? Baba Booey? Baba Booey called you? Like you were in the prank call and all of a sudden somebody said Baba Booey? Are you serious? I don't know this guy. He's a scum. Somebody let the scum in. You admit you built it. Oh, no, it wasn't a staffer. I built the group. Now, I'm telling you, something is not clicking all the way here. Now, I'm going to give you this one. Now, I want to give you this one. And then, Diane, do you have that 99? Get ready for that 99, because when I hit 99, I'm going to show you something. Let's go to video 18.
So that we're clear, one of the first things that happened when I was confirmed as CIA director was Signal was loaded onto my computer at the CIA, as it is for most CIA officers. One of the things that I was briefed on very early, Senator, was by the CIA records management folks about the use of Signal as a permissible work use. It is. That is a practice that preceded the current administration to the Biden administration.
I told you. Let me be clear. When I got to the CIA, Signal was loaded onto my computer. Most of the CIA use Signal. Got it? Signal. Signal is where this flap happened. Most of the CIA use Signal, all right? It offers a place for everyone to use, all right? Signal for work. They came in and they briefed me on it. Now, he's the FBI, he is the CIA director. CIA director. When I got there, let me be clear. Let me be clear. When I got there, they came in and loaded Signal. Most CIA work with Signal, right? It offers us a group. Signal's where the flap is that Jeffrey Goldberg made his way into with Waltz. This is not a coincidence. Now, I don't know if this is the same one, but give me video 14.
Your question was, have I participated in any other group chats sharing classified information? To be clear, I haven't participated in any Signal group messaging that relates to any classified information at all.
Okay. Director Gabbard?
Senator, I have the same answer. I have not participated in any Signal group chat or any other chat on another app that contained any classified information.
CIA Signal, damn it! Now, give me John Ossoff video 17.
Director Radcliffe, this was a huge mistake, correct?
No.
A national political...
Hold on.
No, you
Let me
hold
answer.
on. No,
The
Director
answer- the
Radcliffe,
reason
I
I
asked
say
you a yes
no-
or no question, and now you'll hold on. A national political reporter
you can characterize it how you want.
Was made privy
The White
to
House has
sensitive
made
information
clear
about
that there
imminent
was an
military
inadvertent
operations against a
mistake,
foreign terrorist
an inadvertent
organization.
mistake of adding a reporter,
and that wasn't a huge
to a
mistake.
seal.
That wasn't a huge mistake.
Well, I think they characterize
This is
it as
an
a
embarrassment.
mistake.
This is utterly unprofessional. There's been no apology. There has been no recognition of the gravity of this error. And by the way, we will get the full transcript of this chain, and your testimony will be measured carefully against its content. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That's right. Now, that is a stunt for political reasons. But CIA, Ratcliffe, was this a mistake? No. Now, I'm just saying, all right. Now, video 8, I just thought this was humorous. Video 8, that a journalist is considered to have ethics.
The other big issue.
Well, the other piece of this, too, and Senator said this yesterday, thankfully, Jeffrey Goldberg knew enough about military operations and national security not to just put out there, well, this could be happening and it's a strike that's coming against the Houthis in Yemen. I mean, it was situationally a bad thing for them to add a journalist to the chat, but at least it was this person who knew enough not to say more.
Right. It was journalistic ethics that prevented this from getting out, at the time that it was happening. And, when you're talking about that kind of, those kind of military operations.
Journalistic ethics. Journalistic ethics. Really? CIA. Now, this is where I'm going to wrap up and get out. When you go to China, when you go to Russia, right? When you go to these countries, you are told, do not use or take your personal phone. They hack them, all right? This is not a coincidence. None of this. CIA, Signal, Flap, Video 10. Everything's a setup. Video 10.
It's not what we need, not what we want.
And that's the one we know about.
Well, the thing is, and it is what we know about. Again, Wall Street Journal editorial page talking about how, again, the fact that this Signal messaging was with Witkoff in Moscow.
Oh, my God.
Said it was security malpractice, suggesting once again that this is their words, that he's out of his depth in dealing with world crisis. Had another op-ed columnist very loyal to the Trump administration saying, for the Wall Street Journal, saying, maybe this will, he didn't quite use the words humble them, but maybe this will make them slow down and stop being so focused.
Witkoff, give me number 92. Witkoff in Moscow on the Signal thread is what they're claiming. Right? Because they kept asking yesterday, were you out of the country? Were you out of the country? Chinese hack U.S. telecoms compromise more firms than previously known, Wall Street Journal. That just happened in January, right? FBI, CIA, NSA, CIA Signal. Put that together. Now, give me the 99. All right. CIA Special Ops Group organized by Signal. We heard him say Signal was loaded and all CIA use it, and they show you how. Goldberg held the story, right? Uses the hearing to attack Trump officials at the top of the critical silos, right? Why? The CIA Black Ops Group doesn't like the Trump-Ukraine, Trump-Russia policy. Witkoff in Russia. It all ties together. We expected this. We never thought this would be easy. I don't know how Trump's going to handle this, but he's got to do something. Take a break, the Georgia Hour, right after these messages.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Good morning. Welcome to the Georgia Hour. I am your host, BKP, and you're watching the Georgia Hour on voiceofruralamerica.com. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, Diane, because we are in Georgia, and this is out of the AJC, we do want to put this on the clip. Can you give me the two, and I don't care what order, I just sent you two pictures. Could you frame that, put one at a time, and it doesn't matter? Now, we are talking about this Signal group, and there's people all across the United States, and they work, they're unified, and we work together. Pete Hegseth, they were determined, the Pentagon, we've talked about that. We'll go in more detail tomorrow, but the Pentagon, CIA, the military-industrial complex, you don't just go in and, you can change the name on the door, but outside of that, they don't really like change. You are temporary. Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, they are trying to get rid of him. They're taking up, and here's one, full Yemen war plans in bombshell Signal chat between Trump's officials released. War plans text in a group chat over an encrypted chat service, CIA, are now public. The Atlantic withheld from their previous report publishing any message. So they are all working together. Now, can you give me the Patricia Murphy from the AJC? This is a tweet from the AJC's Patricia Murphy, right? Imagine that your son, daughter, parent, or spouse was flying one of these American fighter jets with Hegseth texting their exact launch times and jet details in real time to a group chat that has been intercepted, right? Intercepted. So they're releasing these notes that for some way became public in the Atlantic by Jeff Goldberg, of all people, right? Became public. And we also have the other tweet she put out this morning. Had it here just momentarily. I'll find it. From Patricia Murphy. I want to find the second one here as we look. Give me number. I thought I had it. I know we had it this morning, but that's okay. From the AJC, her opinion piece that she put out. Yeah, give me number 76 from the AJC, number 76, Diane. And this is 76 from the AJC this morning. What absolute clowns. John Ossoff blasts senior Trump administration officials over group chat. This is John Ossoff, the senator. And then we have Patricia Murphy, number 79. Number 79, she also, with the AJC, put out this morning an opinion piece. Pete Hegseth has to go. Now, you got to keep in mind, at no time right now, CIA, Ratcliffe, no one's really going to Pete's defense. What will happen here? Ratcliffe with the CIA. Interesting. So let's leave that there. Now, in Georgia, let's look at a couple things happening. Remember yesterday, we have SB 214. SB 214. The bill will be voted on out of committee at 5 o'clock. So if you, sorry about that, Diane. I don't want to go to 61 right now. I want to go to actually number 69, my sincere apology. So yesterday, Patriots, let me give you a thank you, a major thank you. You went down yesterday to the committee hearing. I understand that this was packed. SB 214 was absolutely packed. Couldn't get another person in the room. Thank you, Patriots. We do know a couple grifters were there, and we know Marcy was there getting a picture or two. She always does, right? And AJC Politics, Georgia's next voting system. Senators seek paper ballots filled out by hand. Now, there's a lot here to unpack, and we will. Number 70, Georgia senators took the first step towards abandoning the state's touchscreen voting system, replacing it with paper ballots filled out by hand. A bill proposed Tuesday would require almost all Georgia voters to bubble in their choices at polling places instead of using touchscreen computers that print out paper ballots. Now, there's a lot of detail in this article, and we'll break it down tomorrow after the vote. But today at 5 o'clock, the same committee will be in session, and the committee will vote out SB 214, right? SB 214 to the Senate. Now, that's when we have to, there's only 4 days left, and the Georgia legislative session goes into next week. So once the committee pushes it out today with a vote, we have to get it voted on the full Senate, sent back to the House. And hopefully they don't try to amend it. Now, if the House amends it, that'll be a different story. So we'll get to that step later. Then also today, we want to push out ERIC, get rid of ERIC, right? The electronic registration, I don't know, information, well, whatever. I almost had it. But we want to push that out also. So that's today at 5 o'clock. Thank you, Patriots. We will keep up with that.
Eric is in the same bill, right?
No, it's in a different bill. That's my understanding. That is my understanding. Eric's in a different bill that'll be heard today. Okay? Now, so this is number 61. Give me 61. Georgia is planning one of the largest cancellations right there. And as you can see, 62, Georgia elections offices are about to cancel 455,000. They want you to believe that ERIC, Electronic Registration Information Center, is a great system. That's what they want you to believe. All right. That'll be debated today in session. In fact, I have number 65, if you'll put it up there. That's the ERIC's mission. That's happening today. Now, make sure I'm not missing anything else right there before we go to break. As far as Georgia's concerned, I want to make sure I have everything. Now, I told you this earlier, 105, it's quite interesting. 105. Now, all of a sudden, Brad Raffensperger is bragging on Donald Trump and his executive order yesterday, ensuring only American citizens decide American elections. So this is something we're going to pay attention to. We've got, do you have, I did not number it. Do you have that Brian Kemp one about the illegals? Is that something you can find? I know we have 100 and some pictures today. If that's something you can find. Brian Kemp all of a sudden is all about, it's crazy to me that there are people upset about deporting violent criminals here illegally. So that means now he has the big truck out, obviously. He's dusted it off. Marty and the girls are back in the house. He's got Jake. He told Jake to come on, get in the truck, bring his shotgun. All the above, right? He's out there hunting criminals, illegal aliens, deporting them himself. You can't make any of this up. Must be election season in Georgia, not hunting season. Sorry, don't want that be misunderstood. Election season. One more here before we take a break to get to some of the corruption. Diane, I want number, I had it here a minute ago. I got to get my act together for the next segment. It's Stacey Abrams. Here she is, number 78. Number 78, Greg Bluestein. We're in a moment of crisis in this nation. This is Stacey Abrams. We are on the edge of tyranny if we haven't already tipped over. Now, Stacey, you don't need to discuss tipping over. I see Ozempic in your future, okay? Stacey Abrams taps Democrat anger over Trump as she considers 2026 options, all right? And what else do I have here? Give me number right here. Lucy McBath. Lucy McBath is probably number 77, considering seriously the move on becoming the next governor of Georgia, because this is a congressional bid. Democrat State Senator Sonia Halpern filed paperwork to succeed U.S. Representative Lucy McBath. So she's running for Congress. So everything must be clicking off that Lucy McBath, Congresswoman Lucy McBath from Georgia, is running for Senate. Now, we're going to put 2026 elections.
Senate.
What happened in Pennsylvania? Huh?
Senate or governor?
Governor.
Okay. Trying to get it straight.
Well, don't try to confuse me right now.
Well, you're confusing me. You first said she was running for governor, and then you said Senate, but Ossoff's running for Senate.
Now, Diane, do you have tape on all this?
I do.
Damn. All right, one more
too
time.
Bad we don't have instant replay.
That's the next thing we're going to. We are.
No,
you actually have instant replay. You actually have instant replay on there. You do know that, don't you?
I do, but the computer wouldn't be able to handle that with all these files that you send me every morning.
Oh, I thought you were about to say. I thought you were about to say the computer cannot handle that with the amount of instant replays that would be necessary in one of your shows. That's what I thought. Now, okay, now get the hell out the way. All right. So thank you once again from the gallery.
You got to get it straight for the next segment. So
I'm going to. Democratic State Senator John Ossoff is running for Senate re-election. Lucy McBath is running for governor. This is a woman that wants to replace her in Congress. That is as clear as I can be. We'll be right back after these messages.
When Truck Month is here, the Silverados disappear at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Pick your Silverado 1500 Crew Cab and save up to $12,500. And if you think the discount is big, wait till you see the selection. Come save up to $12,500 off Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Georgia Hour. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. Now, every day we're running a series because I'm a firm believer that if we can get the Georgia GOP Inc. correct the paperwork and get the Georgia GOP political party with members back in focus, that would be the start, the very start of getting the attention of our lawmakers and cleaning up. It's the first step in swamp removal in Georgia, and that's why we're working hard. I look at the camera. I don't come from anything from the left. I don't come from anything from the right, okay? And Debbie listen up. No one pays me for this comment, section, segment, discussion. I am not being paid. I don't know, like, if there's money exchanging hands over there. I don't know. With John Fredericks, I don't know. I don't know if there's money exchanging hands anywhere in the darkness. I don't know with Debbie Dooley. But I do know here, you could rest assured, nobody purchased this segment. Now, that being said, and I will answer the FBI question to the best of my ability. So give me number 39. Now, in the next 25 minutes, I'm going to lay out some very clear, focused information, some things to make you think. I'm going to ask some questions. Now, the guy in the red tie is Josh McCoon. Now, when it comes to the Georgia GOP Inc., maybe other things, there's several things that Josh McCoon struggles with the truth that I know that he misrepresents. Then there's Travis Bowden. Now, many of you, this is Josh's very, very close friend. Travis was with him over at the insurance commissioner's office in Georgia when Josh moved, got the GOP job. Travis got the executive director's job of the Georgia GOP. Then they created an illusion, Josh did, that Travis, that would be the guy that needs hair club for men, they created the illusion that Travis moved on, and now he's back. Now, he's not officially the director of the Georgia GOP, executive director, but he is back. And trust me, he never left, okay? So these are, now, when Josh, and you will hear this through his campaign, the GOP chair, when he campaigns and he brags about 2024. Now, look at the camera because you got to deal with the facts. And he brags about 2024 and the money that was raised and Trump Force 47 and how the GOP did all these things. Folks, if he would give you the facts, you would see, if the truth was told, that the money flowed from the RNC. And the Georgia GOP Inc. was used as a vehicle to rent space for Trump Force 47, a vehicle to do certain things. These are not because Josh McCoon did this amazing job. Now, I'm going to stay focused because you're going to see some facts. All right. Now, when Josh McCoon says, why would you take the A team off the field? And he really brags about the 2024 election. All right. And then he will say, as he's campaigning, why would you take the A team off the field? Now, my question to you, ask Josh McCoon, one of our first questions of the day, who is the A team? The A team, okay? Now, my understanding, the current first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, according to Debbie Dooley, I'm the disgraced. Okay, but the current first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, I understand, is not pictured attending really any events during the presidential campaign. I understand the current first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party has not attended any meetings that I'm aware of at the Georgia GOP. That's what I hear. I know for a fact the second vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party basically has never been invited in to participate in anything, much like myself. There was never any team, okay? And I know before I left my office, I know the treasurer of the Georgia GOP would receive general statements, I guess, but not itemized. Never a chance to get a full look. And I know the current secretary of the Georgia GOP, Caroline Jeffords, no comment. How about that? So I'd like to know what team, when Josh campaigns and he says, don't take the A team off the field, who is the team? Where's that team? Who is that team? Can you tell me? I'd like to know. Now, moving right along, the team here, right? Josh will also say, I'm going to put facts up. Josh will also say that auditing the Georgia GOP is a scare tactic. Why does he say that? Because I think he's in fear. Because Rebecca Yardley, when she ran for GOP chair, she went across the state and said, all right, she would, as chair of the Georgia GOP, do a forensic audit. 4 years of David Schaefer, right? I mean, we might look into around about $1 million that went to a Dominion lobbyist, John Garst, or the organization. I understand something like that happened, right? She would do a forensic audit of the Georgia GOP, right? Thumbs up, Josh. Keep it going, baby. And Josh campaigned that if we did that, it would scare away donors. We don't want that forensic audit. In fact, he said at the very first executive meeting of the Georgia GOP, he asked anybody in the room, would you want a forensic audit? A forensic audit, and nobody raised their hand. Okay. All right. Good, Josh. There you go. Now he says that the current request for an audit of the Georgia GOP is a scare tactic. Because maybe he does not want to release the invoice for the Georgia GOP purchased political flyer, looks to be, for Josh McCoon 3 weeks ago. Maybe he doesn't want to release or let you see, right, the invoice for what came in the mail the other day. Maybe he doesn't want you to see that. Maybe he doesn't want you to see the check for the employee retention program for $18,000, I understand. And if you got that money back and it's been refunded, or it turned out to do what you think it was going to do, let us know. We'll be glad to report it. There's a lot of things he may not want you to see. So what he's going to do is say, hey, you know what? That's a scare tactic. But for me, I think we need to doge the Georgia GOP. I think we need to go to square one. Now, I'm going to explain why. Now, this is my opinion. Let me be clear, okay? I feel that if we can investigate, I'm not on the side of a Democrat. I'm not coming from the left. I'm not coming from the right. I'm coming from the truth. And I don't care where the corruption is. I don't care what party, what side of town, and how nice, how much hair gel you're wearing or lack of hair gel. I feel corruption needs to be exposed. Right, Debbie? Don't you agree? I am of the opinion that if a thorough investigation was done, some people could end up in jail. That's what I think could happen. Now, moving right along. He is going to brag and brag and brag about what He's going to call it a team in 2024. That's what he's going to do. And he's going to find people, right? He's going to find people to agree with him. Number 28. Now, in the 9th district, right? And he's going to scare you. He's a scare tactic in himself. He's going to try to scare you that if he's not chairman, why we'll never win another lawsuit. The Georgia GOP, how great our legal team is. He's going to go around claiming all these things. Now, the Georgia GOP is excited to welcome Chairman Whatley back to Georgia after our historic 2024 victories. So, RNC Chairman Michael Whatley will be the guest speaker at the 9th Congressional District Gala, keynote speaker, right? He will be there and at the 9th District Gala. And something tells me that Josh McCoon will be there. And something tells me that Michael Whatley, RNC chairman, will get up there on the stage and just congratulate Josh and backslap Josh and backslap what you did in Georgia. And without Josh and without Josh's leadership, there's no way they could have brought in Georgia. I don't know. There's just something tells me that could happen in the 9th district of Georgia. Something tells me that. But now what Michael Whatley does not know, he does not know about all of the state representative offices that are this close to losing to a Democrat, or does he care? Now, I'm not being ugly to Michael Whatley. When he leaves that night, if he can get Josh back in the club, they have a club. They knock on it. What's the password? Say the password. Swordfish. No, we change it to password, right? If they can get Josh back in the club, and Josh will talk about all of those relationships he's cultivated. I think that's the word. The relationships. Why would we go backwards? I'm going to explain every bit of that, not going backwards, correcting now. Right? So Whatley's going to stand up there. He's not going to think twice about our sheriff's races. He's not going to think twice about your local Republican Party in the county, that you're losing qualifying fees because everybody wants to run nonpartisan. And if nonpartisan happens, the qualifying fees would go down in counties. Tom Whatley's going to stand up there and not think for 1 minute that the delegation that could have shown up at conventions across the state did not, right? Because I'm going to tie things together. You do understand, and he's not going to talk about that. So I'm in Fannin County, Georgia. Well, there you go. Just gave it away. I'm in Fannin County, Georgia. I go to my county convention. Our convention secretary, a wonderful person. I'm going to give you 2 numbers somewhere around, but if you don't know this, you will when I'm done. That your last election, there's a formula. There's a formula that tells you in Georgia how many county delegates you can have at your next county convention. There's a formula. Now, according to the turnout, everything comes together. It's going to blow your mind. According to the turnout in Fannin County in the election of 2024, we could have had in the room 120 or 128 delegates last Saturday. I think we had 28. I think 28. We had 4 or 5 precincts that were not even represented. So about 100 delegates that could have been in the room with the formula of the election were not in the convention cycle. Now they want you to believe, you look at every single county out there. I'm going to throw it out there. I don't know. Let's go with Gwinnett. If I know if Fannin had 120, what did you guys have in Gwinnett? 400 available? I don't know. 350? How many actually showed up at your caucus? 120? Every county, look at what you're available by the formula of the election was available to you, and then what showed up. Now, that's the first, because Michael Whatley's not going to come talk about that. Josh is not going to come talk about that. Josh is not going to put the truth out of what we have to do for 2026. Josh is going to talk about safeguarding the governor's mansion. Really, Josh? Safeguarding and stopping Lucy McBath. He's a scare tactic politician running for re-election. One more time. Josh McCoon is a scare tactic politician running for re-election. That's what he is. Now, I'm going to give you facts. He's afraid of them. Now, here's the facts, okay? So you go and look at that. Now, guess what? When it comes election time in 2026, Trump's not on the ballot. Trump's not on the ballot. And guess what? This is a path. This is a precursor. This is a look into the future of voter turnout. Now, he will not have Trump Force 47 money from Michael Whatley. Now, I will get into what I consider him embellishing. May not like the word lie. Embellishing some things. But Michael Whatley won't send us millions and millions of dollars to safeguard those tough seats that are up for grabs that Democrats want. Michael Whatley will not send us the money for sheriff's races, for commissioner races. Michael Whatley will not send us the money for that House race that we lose by only 50 votes. And they basically can get no help from Josh McCoon and the Georgia GOP. So, number one, look at the patterns. Now, give me, well, we better not go there right now. Let's stay with, let me see what else I want. I want this right here because I'm going to explain this. Give me number 114. All right. Now, this is Pennsylvania. All right. And this goes with what we're doing. Democrats win a special election, state Senate, in Pennsylvania in a major upset. Democrats declare victory in a district Donald Trump won by 15 points. Now, this is Pennsylvania. What's that got to do with Georgia? Well, wait a minute. Pennsylvania right now is running a little more red than we are. You see, Pennsylvania right now has one Republican U.S. Senator. We have zero. Well, we've got a Republican governor and they don't. Well, we'll argue that fact later. They picked up congressional seats. We did not. So right now, Republican registration, voter registration, there's things that have gone in with Donald Trump the Republican direction. Well, that happened in Georgia. Well, okay. Democrats declare victory in a district Donald Trump won by 15 points. Now, Saturday, give me number 115, Diane. This goes together. I will show you everything. Democrats claimed a majority in the Democrats claimed a majority in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives and held a narrow lead in Lancaster County, okay, state Senate district where Republicans have strong advantage according to unofficial results. Democrat Dan Gullinor, is that the name, won the 35th House district seat previously held by Republican Matthew Gerley, all right, Democrat from Allegheny, which 63.4% of the vote according to unofficial results. Now, let's go back there. Come back to 114. Now, Saturday at our convention, right? At our convention Saturday, our member of our Georgia State House, Johnny Chastain, stood up, and I can't quote it. We did not record it, but he will tell you this. And because the Georgia House District 7 is a safe R at the current time, our member of the House went out and campaigned, went door knocking for other Republican House members, okay? And he reported to us about what that was like, and they went to hundreds of doors and hours, him and his wife around the state trying to help Republicans get elected. Now, if memory serves me right, he said 5. He said, you do realize we have about 5 Republican House seats that are that close, that are just a fraction from Democrats being able to take. About 5 right now as we speak, all right? Now, Josh's scare tactic, he will run around the state, all right? And he'll claim we got to keep the governor's mansion, because if the governor's mansion goes Democrat, my God, I agree. But he'll also say, we got to beat John Ossoff. I agree. You do know Democrats have a plan to take the House of Representatives by 2030. Well, that's not 2026. Okay, no problem. What if they get those 5 seats? What if they edge that way? Now, those are not exactly the kind of races that get national interest. So they'll not be exactly the kind of places that Marcy McCarthy wants to run and get a picture with someone. I know, Marcy, you're going to get mad at me. You know, I'm sorry, Marcy. I know you like a good pick with someone and you want it to be on the national level or something that would benefit you. So, you know, I know you don't like me. Boom. There you go. But these will not be attractive races. They won't get national recognition. But what's needed is the people. What's needed is the party, not the ink, not the club. All right? You see, if Josh could get the governor's race with Lucy McBlath, but we lose the House, he would have a step closer inside the governor's office? I don't know. But folks, let me tell you this. All indicators show we could have a serious problem in 2026. We need to recognize it. Now, I'm going to end this morning with a couple questions. All right? I'm going to end with a couple questions because they do not respect the delegates. I will tell you this. My hope is that we can start step 1 of draining the swamp, and that's called the Georgia GOP Inc. And when we do, you, the delegates, will be shown the respect you deserve in Georgia. You, the state committee. Yeah, I know the arm twisting. I know what happened. I know the phone calls you got. I know the scare tactic. You're going to say it didn't happen, but I've been on the other end. Look at the 2nd District. Look at the scare tactic they put on Candace Taylor. Look at the scare tactic they put on Sally Grubbs. I mean, if she signed this paperwork, remember, we'll go into that, right? I know what happened, what Josh did, and demanded loyalty and put fear into all of them that signed the letter. Right? Yes, we're going to talk about the fish fry. And if I had my paper ballot shirt today, if I had my paper ballot please shirt today, Sam Field, I would be wearing it because God bless you people out there, you patriots, not the grifters. Do not pat your ass on the back, the grifters, okay? Period. But you patriots out there that never stop fighting on a single day, we may be right there where you have done the work. You, not Josh and his team. Okay. Now, that being said, the fish fry. Oh, we're going to show you the fish fry. We're going to show you the letter. We're going to tell you the story. We're going to finish the story on the 2nd District. You know that district that Josh says he's going to push to get the Republican Congressional Campaign Committee to pour money into so that we can win? Remember that district that Josh said, no, I cancel, I won't be there? That's right. So, I'm going to tell you, now, I will get in. I'm going to get into Fulton County tomorrow. I'm going to get back into Cobb County tomorrow. We're gonna prepare. I want to do it correct. We're going to prepare what I call the famous fish fry. You remember? I'm going to tell you right now. Chan Jones, Perry, fish fry, state committee meeting, paper ballots, please, Governor Brian Kemp. Boom. And the letter. We're going to get into that. So let me put this up. Okay, give me this. Now, I don't know. Give me number 26 so we can close. Now, I do not know. No, wait a minute. All right, so this is Debbie Dooley. We having a little fun. We like to have fun on the show. This is Debbie Dooley. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap, right? Now, we don't know, but we're going to ask some questions. Take that down. So yesterday, in the last couple of days, because if you get an email from Debbie Dooley, you should discard it immediately. But Debbie is upset. So I want to show you Debbie being upset. Debbie Dooley. She's not upset with Governor Kemp. She's not upset with SB 144. She's not trying to get paper ballots. She's not trying to help get rid of HB 268, I think it is. She's just upset because, well, I don't know. Remember this, and we're going to get out, Diane. Remember this. Don't forget. This is a quote from Dooley. Number 52. This is a quote, right? Here is the quote. Bottom line. This is Debbie Dooley in a conversation with Sally Grubbs and Caroline Jeffords. All right. I am just focusing on electing Donald Trump and defending, quote, defending Josh, Jason Thompson, and Ginger Howard. That's why she goes after Amy Kramer 7 days a week. Defending, that is the quote, defending Josh. All right. So her job, and that's why I'm going to ask the questions. She said defending Josh, and that's where we're going to close this morning. So here we go. Ready? This is for Josh McCoon. Now, Josh McCoon, I'm going to ask you a question or a couple. Give me number 26. Josh, Debbie has sent messages throughout the state. She has participated in different things. We know that we have a lot of people. We are asking today. She said, and we show, quote, defending you. So Josh McCoon, chairman of the Georgia GOP, have you ever participated in any kind of financial, has Debbie ever had any financial gain coming from you, from someone you know? Do you communicate with her often? How often do you communicate? Can you answer some of these questions with Debbie? Is there a signal, a encrypted signal chat with you and Debbie? Would you be prepared to disclose anything? Will you come out and make a statement that you have never participated, you're not aware of, nothing whatsoever on anything financially with Debbie Dooley. Now, I'm not attacking Josh McCoon, your wife, Jacqueline McCoon. She does work in the political arena, and she has some back doors that she works. So have you, through your wife, any of her companies, any of your companies, any of your friends' companies, any consulting groups, have you worked in any way whatsoever, and are you aware of any finances that have made their way to Debbie Dooley to defend you and attack your opponents, including me, including David Cross, including Amy Kramer, including Jason Frazier, including Sophia Farouk, including all the above that she does on a daily basis, because she told us she's there to defend you. So really, is there anything out there, or will you make a definitive, very clear statement and look us in the eye? Now, my question is also to Sally Grubbs. The same thing. Sally Grubbs, give me number. My question is to you. Now, I know you people don't like me, and you're trying to figure out how to get rid of me and all the above, and, you know, and all the, every nasty, ugly thing you can say and put out and create, whatever it is. I know that, right? Give me number 47. So I want to pose the same question to you. This is Debbie and Sally. This is immediately after the Cobb County Convention Saturday. Immediately afterwards, Debbie swooped in to say hello to Sally. So Sally Grubbs, can you defend? Can you look at a camera? Can you say you have never participated? There are no emails. There's no signal chats. There's no groups. There's nothing out there whatsoever that leads back to you working with Debbie Dooley and Josh McCoon in any way whatsoever, financially attached in any way, attacking, going after anybody. I mean, seriously, if you want to be trusted to be first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, if Josh wants to be trusted to be reelected, okay, now, because yesterday, Debbie seems to be upset with me. I mean, when she gets upset, she, you know, she can get, I'm just stating what we're all asking. I get phone calls. So Debbie yesterday goes out there and she wants to get ugly about it. You know how she can get, you know, and she's put out more attack emails. We know that. We're getting those. She's attacked the GRA. She's attacking Nathaniel Darnell. She's attacking Nathaniel Darnell and Cobb. I mean, so 111, 111, Debbie puts out, this is the number 111, Debbie puts out, disgraced former first vice chair of the Georgia GOP, Brian Pritchard, will be an integral part of the David Cross team if Cross wins the Georgia GOP chair. There are videos of Cross saying he would be. Now, the only video that's ever come my way is I did some interviews that were approved by I did an interview 2 Saturdays ago, approved, that went to the Cherokee County Republican Party for their approval. And David Cross was there, and I interviewed him for about 8 minutes for someone else. And there's a video, and you will see it. That's it. That's number one. Number two, Cross spoke at an event because I got a phone call, and he said what he would do, right? If elected, he would do a chairman report, and he would do it in different parts of the state. He would go on maybe the Georgia Record with Bill Quinn one week. He would go on the radio with Wesley Cox down in Savannah. He would go with Roy, the Underground. What's Roy's name? I'm sorry, Roy. Please accept my apology, Roy. I'm rolling. You know how I get. But our friend Roy, he would go on with him one week. He would go on with BKP. He just named 4 or 5 places that he would do chairman report so everyone could get an opportunity to hear what's going on. But Debbie, let me keep in mind what you did. You said the cross team. Can you also help us with that McCoon team? Who was that team? Because we don't know who the team across the state. Now, I have not, let me look at the camera. I have not signed, agreed to any kind of role in the Georgia GOP, Inc. I've not. You can come after me all day long. Would I help anyone? Anyone? And you know it. You know if you're down there in the 2nd District, right, Chuck Hand? Tell them, Chuck. If you're down there in the 2nd District and you need some help, you know you can call me. If you're in the 9th District, 14th District, you need some help, you can call me. If you're in the 14th District and you say, hey, I'm not clear on this, you can call me. Everyone around the state knows that I will help any way I can. I was not in attendance in the Georgia election security meeting yesterday, but I help any way I can. That's what I do. And they know it. And they're angry over it because we plan swamp drain phase 1, starting with Josh McCoon and Sally Grubbs. Now, take that down. I know, Diane, I'm in trouble. But let's roll this out just so we can see. I think I have it here. Diane, give me number. I know, Diane, I'm in trouble. I get it. Give me 36. Don't forget this event coming up. This is MAGA Forum GOP. Josh will not attend this forum. Sally Grubbs, Olenek, and Lisa Pierce. We have breaking news coming up on the first vice chair office soon. Noreen Cantor, you can see everyone. There'll probably be new names added to the list by April 13th. The event is April 17th, okay? There is a fee because there's a meal and they have to pay for the room. All right, so number 34, if you want a very good update, if you want to update on what's taking place down at the Georgia State Legislature regarding election security, please attend this meeting here. Say hello to our good friend Brian Parker, candidate for 9th District GOP chair. And while you're at it, Garland Favorito will be there, and this will be the best update and the earliest in the entire state concerning what's going on with Georgia election security. So go there. Don't miss that meeting. All right. And last but not least, number 33, this one's coming up for Fannin County Fannin County Republican Party, April 21st at 6 p.m. Important candidate forum. These are the 2 candidates, Stephen Aaron and Brian Parker, running for chairman of the 9th Congressional District in Georgia, GOP. And Stephen Aaron, we'd like to ask him if he voted for Nikki Haley. Just like to. All right. Diane, do you think I forgot anything? Oh, there is something I want. Remember, I told you. Let me see if I have it. If I don't have it, no, I'll show it tomorrow. Let's hold that one for tomorrow. You got to have something. Anticipation. And we're not Heinz ketchup. Diane, get me out of here before I keep going.